Isolation and paranoia, like a mental place, going through a phase. It would all make sense at a later date, like a clean slate, on rebate, cremate of the probate. It was all mine, like a toothache, pain state, stick a pin, make my pain vacate, ergo sweet spray, like a layer cake. Let thy will be done, for God's sake. Preordained, like namesake. A safe place, propane taste, earth stain, laced. Smooth groove like a greasy steak. Green with a spin, taking time to lean with greens. Thus my mean make a good team. Along with me, what a sight to see, like a crooked crime spree. Hello everyone, welcome back to Poetry Journal Podcast, and just a few words for you today, just a few words. What you just heard there is what I have to share with you today, and I'll break it out. I'll break down, where I want to take today's episode. But for people that appreciate what I do, I like to just take time to just give back and just share some of my creations. This is I'll go over it again, and then I'll just break things down and let you know where my mind is at. Isolation and paranoia, like a mental place, going through a phase. It would all make sense at a later date, like a clean slate, on rebate, cremate of the probate. It was all mine, like a toothache, pain state, stick a pin, make my pain vacate, ergo sweet spray, like a layer cake. Let thy will be done, for God's sake. Preordained, like namesake. A safe place, propane taste, earth stain laced. Smooth groove like a greasy steak. Green with a spin, taking time to lean with greens. Thus my mean make a good team. Along with me, what a sight to see, like a crooked crime spree. And with this today, I just want to share this. I just wanted to just share this piece. I didn't really want to express too much. I think this piece, I just want people to just kind of make of it what they will. But I would say this though, it's just more, when I created this, it was just more of like, it was just more to be, and then to just have fun with, not necessarily trying to do too much to do with just like trying to express obviously express yourself. That's by default you do that, but it was more just kind of like having fun with creativity in a sense. And sometimes it's important to do that. And so with this piece, I literally just call it another verse, because that's what it is for me. It's just it's another verse, but they all matter. But in this case, it's another verse because it fits its purpose at the time in terms of like just creating and enjoying, just having fun with it, they do have this saying where it's kind of like art imitates creativity, and I suppose perhaps this is almost like a reflection of me almost enjoying the journey. And as you know, if you've listened to my podcast, I've always pretty much called my lifestyle, in terms of like the creative part of it, a journey, and perhaps maybe I'm enjoying that journey, which I'll go into. But with this episode, I think my aim is just vibing, just a vibe, just to be here and just speak openly, or just speak on almost like an evaluation of the past week, or just the past recent times, basically, because I feel like so much happened in a short space of time, and it's just been like a revelation, just to grow and experience, and it's a beautiful thing when you understand your journey and what you're getting from it. And I feel like I have a grasp on it, which I appreciate, of course. But I don't take it for granted. Just like I don't take self-expression, poetry for granted. It's not only therapy. I always believe that people can always relate to what you have to say when you speak real, when you speak candid, frank, you name it, truth. That's important. That's always where I aim to come from when it comes to poetry. You have to be real with it. You have to tell, and also you have to give a piece of yourself, in a sense, and almost taking people on a journey. And so yes, of course, this is just another verse, but it's not at the same time, it still matters, because it's still part of the journey. Do you get what I mean? So a little bit of a twist there, but I'm sure you get that. But I guess I still want to speak about poetry, because this is what we do, you know what I mean? But at the same time, it's just maybe from a different outlook, just in the sense of like where poetry has been the past few weeks or so. And I think for me, it's just been in a place where the journey's been so serene, in terms of like just turning up, and the experience. I think I mentioned before where it's almost like I never realized how much it's so communal, like. And I'm just speaking about places I've been to, or like just places in London. But in my opinion, I think this is it's a commonality that, my theory is, it's a commonality that most people would experience if you're part of the whole. If you're a creator yourself and you're going out there and you're doing poetry the way I'm doing it, and every time I do it, it's almost like I'm always grateful that I attempt, if nothing else, I take the chance to make an attempt. It's important, and so yeah, I guess I'm feeling positive about the journey and the growth that comes with it. So much growth. If not if not just the writing, which is, I've always been excited about, or it's been a driving force to almost like a highlight to things that I would grow warm towards, because again, expression and creativity has always been my thing, but I've never really I guess maybe when you're young you don't really appreciate it to that extent, and so I'm in a place where just growing with my work, and having to not only grow with my work but having people grow with my work while I'm growing with my work. That synchronized growth, in a sense, you could say, is almost like I'm developing an ecosystem in itself, which is something I found profound to just even thinking about. And when I say an ecosystem, it's just like to use the different outlets that I've been trying to use, well, not trying, but that I have been using in terms of like expressing myself on stage, expressing myself on the podcast, on here with beautiful people, and even if it's social or other other creators just showing me love, this, that, there's something about that. And as we know, as human beings, connection is important to us, and so that's almost like a level of fulfillment that it never gets old, and it's always relevant. So of course, I'm still grateful for the growth. The other thing I did, speaking of stand-ups, was, well, let's just say the most recent one I had was yesterday, and I must shout this place out. It's called Mind Over Matter, and it was quite an interesting one. I think it was a interesting one, and special in itself, because it's something that caters for, they go out their way especially to cater for mental health, and it appears to me like they have a great team to kind of facilitate not just artists, and I must say the place seemed very artist friendly. If you're from the UK, Brixton is quite familiar to you. If you're from abroad, Brixton's probably quite familiar to you as well. But I mentioned them to say, it makes you, being in that space, which is artist friendly, which was great, and they had some great artists come and perform there as well. It's almost like an artist congregation, as most of these places tend to be, in terms of like open mic, etc. But like I said, one of the things that's great about them is the fact that they cater for people they cater for mental health. They're advocate for mental health, and sometimes you just being in that space, it just kind of allows you to be almost facilitate awareness, and you're just there, and it makes you think about your own personal situation, but not on your own, but not just that. It makes you think about other people's personal situation, and just knowing that it's important to ensure that the people around you is doing well. So and just being in that space, just watching everybody, how they go about their own doing, their own expression, etc. and just almost reading between the lines. And the good thing about certain spaces like these, everybody's kind of like very open, so I guess maybe it makes it easy to be open, and you get maybe unusually more more of a behind the scene view or exposure to sometimes people's situation when they pull the walls down. And it just kind of had me thinking how important it is. I guess what I'm saying is, one of the greatest antidote, or one of the greatest solutions to situations when you're going through something, is having an outlet, or having a means of expressing yourself, means of expression. And so being an artist, or art in itself is therapy, isn't it? So what happens when you don't have that? When you don't have an outlet? What happens when you're not a person that knows how to understand or how to show vulnerability, and knowing that there is strength in that, or there is power in that? What happens when you don't see the world for what it is, or understand the world for what it is, and knowing better that things are never as it seems, it's never as simple as it seems, like there's so much talks about almost people going through tumultuous times and like harsh experiences. And I'll be euphemistic in the sense that we are aware, we know that certain people do not make it through some of these times. Unfortunately. I guess I say all of this to say that if there's anybody out there that, going through a situation like that, then of course I think it's important to know that there are people out there if nobody that there's somebody that you don't know that can actually cater to your situation, help you out and stuff like that. There's it's not a situation I don't think anybody takes lightly, but I'm also aware that there are the people involved, or the people experiencing such a situation, might not give their situation the power the respect it deserves. So there's certain nuances to certain situations like that. And I guess what I'm saying is just like, everybody should kind of still respect whatever they're going through. Respect what they're going through, and respect the power of expression. If not the power of art, the power of speaking truth, or speaking on your situation. Sometimes it's not about whether people care. Sometimes it's whether they're willing to listen, or whether you're brazen enough to just say it. You get what I mean? And I think sometimes just expressing yourself, it's it's an advantage to know that people actually enjoy or actually want to hear what you got to express. But not everybody has that privilege, and so you have to just be aware of that. But I think it's important to know that whether people want to hear it or not, it's important to know that you can say it whether people want you to or not, and there's power in that. So I just thought I'd share that thought for this episode, and just know that what, you always have a choice, and I'll say in that choice I would say choose life. Do you get what I mean? Choose life. But I've remained consistent in saying expression is the way. So I appreciate everybody allowing me to express as well. Do you get what I mean? That's I think everybody deserves that right. But yes, I've had a few delays. I remember I haven't neglected the fact that I mentioned, I will have a guest soon, and I will just a few delays here and there, but it will happen. But thanks to everyone for tuning in, and just know that we will continue to speak. But another thing I would like is people to start subscribing, please. I need to work on my subscribers, just building up to that people are supporting, not only supporting but subscribing, and also start to check me on YouTube. I will start to utilize my YouTube page more. So I would appreciate everyone to start subscribing and showing support, and keep following me on my journey, and let's grow together. All right. Appreciate everyone listening. Thanks for the support and everything that comes with that. Feeling good, looking good. Alex is out. Till next time. Take care.